we'd like to start with asking you the first question. So could you describe your role at Idea Pais, please?
Okay, well, thank you very much, Said, for this great opportunity to participate in this chat. So basically, I work in Idea Pais. We're a think tank, a non-partisan think tank based in Chile, and we covered 4 different regions of our country. And at Idea Pais, I'm the director of the development. That basically I guide the organization's growth strategy. I oversee some key projects that we do, and build partnerships, public and private partnerships that align our mission to position basically not only the family but the social problems that we have in Chile in the center or central in public policy. We at the Idea Pais, we focus on 2 main things. On the one hand, addressing political disengagement of young people and training leadership. That's one of our main branches of Idea Pais of work. And secondly, we work with the creation of public policy proposals and provide advisory services to regionals, governors, mayors, and also we are working now with a leading presidential candidate. Basically, I'm part of the team that is designing the presidential program for the next government, which is a huge challenge because we need to create. We have the election coming up next year, and my role is to ensure that these proposals are impactful on the one hand and good for the leaders and the communities that we support. So we are creating this presidential program that involves, I don't know, the Chilean development of the next 4 years.
What sort of issues do you see in Chile currently? So like they could be economical, social, legal, or like even political.
Well, basically in Chile, we are a Latin American country that faces some common challenges throughout the region, right? So social issues are always on the center of our public policy discussion. But I think in Chile, we have at least 4 main challenges. First, there's a trust deficit in democracy and institutions. That is something that we are seeing. For example, we can see that in Argentina, in El Salvador, perhaps some kind of this in Brazil as well. So that's something that the trust in democracy and institutions, that is something that is not in the best moment. So we need to assure that institutions are working, and at least in Chile we have, I would say, like a good tradition of respect and promote institutions that have been very important for our growth. Secondly, we're facing a huge security crisis, I would say, and that is related not directly but indirectly with the migration crisis of the past decade. Basically, our migrant population increased from 2.7% to more than 10% in the last 10 years. But not only for that, we were, I would say, like a not very aggressive country, and now we are seeing that, the homicides are growing. So that is something that is on the head of every Chilean, right? We have basically the 67% of our population thinks that security is the top priority that we need to face. Thirdly, you said something. Economically, we are experiencing a period of very low growth in the, I would say, last 10 years, but particularly in the last 3 years. We are in a bad economical moment, and also contributing to the widespread public frustration, right? Because the people are seeing that we are not growing as we could. So the social unrest start to rise, right? And well, and finally, on the social front, I think we have structural problems as inequality, for example. That's something very important, not only in Chile, but also in Latin America. Poverty. We have some critical shortfalls in housing, healthcare, and education. Although we did very important reforms on the educational and also in healthcare, there are some critical issues that we are discussing in the last, I would say, 12 years, and we don't have an answer yet. For example, how to improve our pension system. Um, and just to conclude, as a non-partisan think tank, Idea Pais addresses these issues, proposing public policy proposals and generating solutions to promote social cohesion, sustainable growth, and trust in institutions, climate change as well. Although we in Chile have, I would say, like a good culture of promoting climate change, renewables, particularly is yeah with renewables and all and different things, but and of course protecting our biodiversity. But I would say that those four things are the most important in our case.
What sort of advice would you give to students just like me or like anybody else around the world looking to enter into public policy? Like maybe from your own personal experience or maybe someone who wants to join like your think tank. So what could be like the ideal process or like requirements?
Yeah, well, I will recommend a mixture of two very important things. On the one hand, curiosity. I think that's something very important. I mean, to always question, like the question the social, I would say, yeah, the social situation, the uh, some critical analysis of what's going on in reality and what's going on in your country. And secondly, a very important thing is commitment. I mean, we need to understand the root causes of social issues and we need to commit with our countries, not just avoid the problems and know and go elsewhere to live a better life, right? Because I think we really have a commitment to our countries and to not only our countries, I would say to our world, right? Because we, of course, we can work in different countries, but I think this analytical skill and deep sense of empathy are very, very important things for diverse communities. And well, yeah, I think gaining hands-on experience, especially with think tanks, is invaluable. At the Idea Pais, we offer the chance to engage in non-partisan work that directly influences policy decisions. That's something very important. I mean, um, we're more close to a do tank than to a think tank, right? I mean, although we have some places, some team specializing research, we are very committed to the public policy, the concrete public policy proposals, right? So our team is currently contributing to the, well, I said that, to the upcoming presidential program. And I think think tanks in generally, or do tanks, are an excellent place to learn about the policy making and yeah, and to make a meaningful impact. I mean, because universities, I think they have another place in this chain, right? And political parties, although are very important, they are committed with their own political party. So being non-partisan, as a think tank, we can influence in different political parties, would give us which give us a broad area to influence, basically. So, of course, you are more than welcome to participate at the Idea Pais. We have some international programs that perhaps would be interesting for you. And of course, if you are in Chile, be welcome.
Thank you so much for the offer. We now move on to a fun segment called the rapid fire round. Your favorite place to visit in Chile?
Patagonia for sure.
A hobby or any other activity that you like to learn in future?
Um, I want to understand better the IA, basically, how it works and how it can influence public policy.
A political figure that you want to spend your day with.
Well, in Chile, Evelyn Matei, for sure, the perhaps the next president of our country.
A favorite song that you always listen to.
Jose Gonzalez, Every Age. I love it.
What's like the genre about it? Is it like what, rock, hip hop?
No, I would say like it's a indie, yeah, kind of indie music.
A movie or a TV show that you'd probably watch to unwind your day.
Suits. I don't know. I'm a lawyer, man. Sorry.
It's fine. If you ask any, it's the same case with any law student. You ask them, and like that's the one drama that we have to watch. A food item that you cannot live without.
A full item.
It can be like a traditional dish as well.
Yeah, well, we love a special type of bread here in Chile that is called the marraqueta. Amazing, man. It's very simple, but I love it. And I consume it every day.
What do you have it with together? Is it with cheese or wine or something?
Oh well, yes, we have good wine here in Chile. So marraqueta with a piece of cheese and wine, man, that's perfect. That's glorious.
All right. Thank you, Pablo. That was it from our side. Truly enjoyed conducting the interview. And as for the viewers, probably see you next time and take care, guys.
Okay, thank you very much. Bye bye.